Пак си много далеч. Чакай, така ще го направя.
Oh, hi there. Is there something wrong with the...
Записваш ли се?
Yeah, I'm recording. So, as you may already know, or you don't know, I have started a YouTube channel, started doing like tryouts with mystery short stories because, you know, as a person who wants to create content, I have not a lot of content ideas as of now. They're percolating in my nice petri dish of a mind.
Which dish?
How a petri dish. My mom is like, what is that? You know, like those science, you know, in like laboratories where they put the bacteria in.
Okay.
You know, like those little like you know clear. Yeah, and like I'm calling that my mind.
Okay.
Anyways, so I have chosen to continue with these like mystery short story tryouts. I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I might do just, you know...
Going to receiving your Oscars.
Yep, that is the plan. Receiving the Oscar for my amazing YouTube channel. I don't know what I want to do, like going back to like the whole YouTube thing. I don't know if I want to do sit-down conversations or like vlogs on YouTube. I'm just trying things out. So this is who I am. If you got any ideas, you know, put them in the comment section below. If you got some hatred, honestly, everything's welcome. Like, put all your hate comments in, because you know what, man, like, you know, everyone's got to start from somewhere, and if that's someone spewing out hate on my channel, thank you so much.
They can have some love too.
Yeah. But, you know, love is greatly appreciated, more so than hate. So please show your appreciation. Just tell me what you think. Or, like, just tell me what's going on in your day. Like, comment down below as if you've never even watched the video and you're just like, hey, Vatan, like, you know, this is what's going on in my day. And I'm like, great. Like, I'm not a therapist. This is Ken Weber's book, The Best of 5-Minute Mysteries. Great guy. Actually, I'm going to show you a picture. Like, he's a cutie. He's, like, look at him. Such a happy-go-lucky fellow. Yeah. Anyway, so, internationally best-selling author of more than...
And Canadian.
And he's Canadian. Internationally best-selling author of more than 40 educational and general interest titles. Sold more than 1 million copies worldwide, and been published in 12 languages. Pretty chill dude. Pretty and lives in Caledon, Ontario.
It's very close to you.
It's very close to where I live, Toronto. I live in the 6. Okay, whatever. I'm not a rapper. That's not how I talk. So I am gonna. So the story's called "A Holdup at the Adjala Building." Oh, and before I start, I want to let you know that at the end of the story, there's like a question that the author asks so that you can solve the mystery. That's why I like these short stories, because it's not just like me just reading a story. I'm like, oh, you know, even though like that's great, like welcome to the Storytime Corner. But it's like a little puzzle challenge, you know. It's like a little break from like just having all those games and puzzles that you do on your tablet or iPhone or Android or whatever you use nowadays.
Does anybody read books these days?
So my mom asks if anyone reads books these days.
Okay, so read them, Nestor.
I honestly don't know. So this is why I've chosen to read you a story, because I'm promoting literacy. Indirectly, I'm promoting literacy. That's not really like the point of this channel. I'm going to start reading.
Read.
A Holdup at the Adjala Building. It was only 4 p.m. on a clear midsummer day, but Jeff Hercule expected the street to be in shadows by now. That was yet another reason he had come to deeply regret the transfer from Loretto to the city. Urban canyons, long winding tubes of semi-darkness between rows of skyscrapers. On this particular stretch of Richmond Street, however, the buildings on the other side were quite a bit shorter than the norm, a tribute to the days when an environmentally sensitive city council had put height restriction bylaws into effect. For that reason, the sun was still lighting up the south and west sides of the Adjala building, its unique coppery sides and floating design making the kind of grand and lofty statement that prompted even bored frequent flyers to lean over from their aisle seats to get a look. Jeff squinted as he stood in front of the Adjala building's main doors. Unlike the outside walls of the building, which were paneled with metal, these were thick plate glass, although they had the same copper tint. It was a glorious building, no question. There was nothing like it in Loretto, where he had spent his first 5 years on the force. Loretto didn't have live theater either, or big league sports, or the incredible restaurants, or the astounding variety of shopping opportunities. But then, it didn't have crack either, or doors with multiple locks, or people with subway elbows, or slums, or beggars on the streets. The transfer to the city had been offered to Jeff as an avenue to promotion. "You want to make sergeant?" the human resources weenie had pointed out to him. "You can't sit up there in the boonies for another 5 years. You gotta get some time where the action is." Actually, the decision had been easy. Jeff wanted to make sergeant. And the truth was, he really had believed the city would make him feel more like a cop. But the feeling didn't last long. It wasn't just the amount of crime here and the nature of it. And it wasn't just his disappointment at 12th Precinct headquarters. At first glance, and ever afterwards, it looked to Jeff like a third world bus station. Nor was it things like the downtown streets blocking out the sun. He wanted to go back home because somehow crime was different there. Not just that there was less of it, and indeed there was much less. Rather, it was more the fact that crime was harder to commit. People watched out for other people. They knew what was going on. And they cared. Here, nobody watched. It was an urban virtue to be isolated from what was going on around you. Take the theft he was investigating right now. A holdup in broad daylight, just before lunch, right here where he was standing. Not a single witness could be found. Even the victim had not seen the thief. A courier carrying bearer bonds had felt a gun in her back, an iffy point in Jeff's view. She said it was a gun, but she hadn't seen it, only felt it. The thief had ordered her to stand still and not turn around. Then he'd pulled the strap off her shoulder and over her head, taking her delivery bag. Then he says, this had all been reported to Jeff through an enormous wad of bubble gum. He says, "Walk inside the building. Look straight ahead. You turn around, you're finished." So what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna take a chance, but I'm gonna play it smart, see? I'm in this building all the time. And I know this is security guard by the elevators. So I go in like the guy says. And I don't turn around. And then I run for the guard. At this point, the gum began to pop with even greater ferocity. And, well, you know the rest. Jerk's not there. What's the point of having security, right? Anyways, that's all I know. Except for his voice. The holdup guy. Told you that before. It's really deep. The voice, like that actor. You know, whatchamacallin? James Earl Jones, that guy. Jeff sighed deeply. He found he was doing a lot of that lately. Sighing. This would not have happened in Loretto. He was sure of it. He sighed again, wondering whether by putting pressure on the courier, maybe arresting her or threatening her, he could get her to tell the truth. Now the author asks, Jeff Hercule has determined that there is a flaw in the account the courier has given him. What is that flaw? Now, if you have figured out the story, put that answer into the comment section below. And I hope this has given some fun in your day or a break from your daily routine. And I hope this has trained those critical thinking analytical skills that we've all got and that we all need some training on. If you have any recommendations for anything that you want me to read for you, poems, short stories, novels, excerpts, whatnot, or if you have some topics of conversation that you're interested in hearing me talk about, put that into the comments section below. I'm really interested to know what you guys think. And thank you for watching.